What's good, my peopleizations? What's shaking? What's shaking? Jafari Caesar, TZ Franks, Mo D's Boxing Bugs, Nitty G, Big Jag, Tony Boswell, Cinnamon Savage, Michael Johnson Boxing Talk, and more. Corner Girl 66, peace and blessings, Queen. TBABTMC, Stack Dollars for Life One Deep. Salute. Smash that like button as you come in, my peopleizations. What's shaking? Let's talk about it. Let me get my brother on the line. Get my brother Kurt Anderson, Fin 20, Hetty TV, Big Chef Boxing, Tim B, L Eyes 937, Star City J, Nahida Famer, Tay Brown, peace and blessings, Queen. Sheena, salute. What's shaking? Shaking my peoples, man. What's shaking my peoples, man? Let me see. Let me get my brother on here, man. Raul, No Nonsense, Jewels of Life, J Real 504 Music, Ahmad is Ahmad, B Man 910, What's shaking? What's shaking? Burgess Meredith, salute, salute. Smash that like button, my peopleizations. DB, Rayman Two Sides, what's shaking? What's shaking? About to cook the desserts. She about to get it in. House smelling good. John Berrien, Bulldog Bar. Salute, salute, salute. What's shaking, my peopleizations? Smash the like button. Support the channel, man. Capachata. Peace, prosperity, chat. Salute, Blue Blood. Salute to you, King. Peace and blessings. H-Town 713. What's good, my brother? What's good? Tim B. What's good? Yeah, I know house smelling good. Smell like pie crust and all types of good stuff. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, smash the like button. Jafari Caesar, salute. Vincent Beats, salute. Uh-huh. I know what it is. I know what it is. See, wolfing right now. I'm about to go to the barbershop. You dig? KF Harris, Syndicate J, 89 TV. What's good? What's good? What's good, my peoples? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The Real McCoy, salute. Bert from Marketing. Ricky Samuels, salute. Let's talk about it. My brother Golden Glove, salute in the super chat. He says support the real, smash the like button. Yeah, salute. Salute, man. Smash the like button. If you can, donate to the channel, support the channel, man. So we can get it going, man. Grass Patch, salute. Rico Shaw, salute. So we can keep the grind going. You understand? He understands me. YouTube trying to prevent the grind. They're trying to stop the grind. You understand? It's a grind, though. It's a grind. So smash that like button, my peopleizations. What's goody with y'all, man? So let's talk about it, man. We got big heavyweight showdown coming up. DJ Vibes. Raul No Nonsense. Boo, I have to admit, I was not too much of a Wilder fan, but after that Ortiz KO, I'm a believer. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How my brother Black Fight fan say it? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, the thing with that is this, man. A lot of people don't even understand. And salute to my brother Real McCoy in the super chat. He said that's not a cat, that's a shadow, Blue. Salute. Salute, man. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's not a wolf, man. He said, oh, it's not a wolf. That's a shadow. You know what I mean? Like listen, I be wolfing, bro. See, when it's all this here, I don't like it. Byron Israel Smith, salute. You understand, Shmi? Zaza Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. DeMarcus Max, salute. So listen, a lot of people don't even understand why they don't like Deontay Wilder. Grass Patch, salute. They truly don't even understand it. You understand? And I told people this. I watched the interview Clarissa Shields did, right? And Clarissa Shields said the reason why she broke this down so elegantly. I can't even get it off. It's not coming off my tongue correctly. So elegantly put it. I can't get it off my tongue today. Fidel Mercado, Joseph Brown, my brother, what's good? Old man boxing, salute. So a lot of people don't like Deontay Wilder, and Clarissa Shields broke this down, and I like the way she broke it down. She says because a lot of people are traditional, and they don't like to break tradition, and so he's untraditional. He's not traditional. Vernon Allen, salute. And what I mean by he's not traditional, he's unorthodox, but he gets the job done. See, a lot of unorthodox fighters don't get the job done to the level he's doing it. You understand me? You get the guys like Marcos Maidana, and I'm using Maidana as a barometer because he became a champion, but we seen him get beaten, outclassed in fights, right? Devin Alexander outclassed him. So, a lot of people don't understand when a guy having as much success as Deontay Wilder's having, so they nitpick. You understand? He got skinny little legs. Man, you got grown men talking about his legs. You understand? Boxing and Barbecue, salute. Leon Robinson, salute. You have grown men talking about Deontay Wilder's legs. You understand me? I wouldn't have noticed his legs at all if I didn't get so many people in the comments and people on television, boxing pundits, Randy Ridley, salute, that say, hey, look at his legs. You understand me? You did. You figure deal me. Harry Jones Jr., salute. So then you get people like, hey, man, he slaps his punches. Yeah, he can slap his punches. But guess what? If it's effective, I don't care how he gets the job done. He gets the job done. You understand? Big Jag, salute. And so the problem is it's untraditional. It breaks tradition that he's having so much success. No, you're supposed to follow the game plan. Salute to my brother, legendary Top Cats. He reside out there in Texas, right? But he Harlem through and through. That's my brother right there, man. You understands me. Turn up. You understand what I'm saying? My brother, legendary. Go subscribe to my brother, legendary Top Cats, man. Go subscribe to him, man. He be having some nice series, man. Man, a couple series on his channel, man. Go subscribe to his channel and check out those series, man. Word up. Official. So here's the thing, right? It breaks tradition. People don't like to break tradition, man. It's like family traditions, right? Hey, this watch been in my family for 70 years. You know what I'm saying? Somebody take the watch and fling it in a river. Boom! Right? Everybody gonna go in panic mode. Hey, man, what you do? That watch is tradition. Oh. Michael Colbert, salute. You understand, right? So, Chris? Right? You understand me? It's tradition, right? And so he breaks the mold of tradition, right? You can't get the job done in heavyweight if you don't have a head movement and dipping like Mike Tyson or footwork like Muhammad Ali or a jab like Larry Holmes. You understands me? But guess what? He gets the job done without that because he has this. The right hand. You got the right hand. Black Ham TV, salute. He has the right hand. Golden Glove, salute. You understand? So that right hand is the equalizer. It's something that everybody don't possess. Actually, you have a handful of people that possess that type of power. Zaza Brown, peace and blessings to you, Queen. She said, hey, boo, they did the same thing with Roy Jones Jr. because he kept his hands down. Yeah, that's a fact, Queen. That's a fact. Michael Pierce, salute. You dig, salute. That's a fact, right? Roy Jones, he does. Remember the commentating when you used to watch Roy Jones fights? They used to say stuff like, he does everything you're taught not to do. He just gets away with it because his outstanding athletic ability, but you will not teach or you will not want any fighter to fight or follow the blueprint of Roy Jones, the guy who just did it. Salute. You understand? You remember that. See, people, how soon we forget. You understand? Out of sight, out of mind. People forget that this was how Roy Jones was treated. Vadacris, salute. Paul Ruffin, salute. This was how Roy Jones was treated. You don't want no kids to follow the method and what Roy Jones is doing. You don't want no kids looking up to Roy Jones to follow his way of boxing, because it's so, he only gets away with it is because he has exceptional hand speed. He only gets away with it because he has exceptional reflexes. And guess what? With Roy Jones, it proved to be true, right? Because as soon as his reflexes started to fade, DeMarcus Mack, salute. Mr. Tally, 140, salute. As soon as his reflexes started to fade, it was good night Irene for Roy Jones Jr., right? He started getting clipped on the end of punches and going night-night. The real McCoy, salute to my brother in the super chat. The ultimate equalizers bomb squad till this day. Till this day. Steve Smith, salute. And so the one Aiden Fair, salute. Yep, Big George Foreman didn't like nothing Roy Jones did. Corn 4-3, salute. What's shaking? D Soul 2009. What's shaking with you, King? Yeah, Big George Foreman, he didn't like it. Couldn't stand it. Look at him fighting with his hands down. Around the world, salute. Ethan Fresh 73, salute. Look at him with his hands down. He gonna get caught. Building stronger men, salute. And so Roy Jones eventually got caught. All right, salute. The difference between Roy Jones and Deontay Wilder, pole counter boxer, salute, is this. The difference is this. Deontay Wilder's ultimate weapon is not his reflexes. It's his power. It's his power. It's not his reflexes. It's his power. And guess what? The last thing to go within any boxer as they age is their power. So you got to figure, by the time Deontay Wilder's so-called starts to slip, his power would be that of Lennox Lewis. Think about that. Right? It would be that of a Vladimir Klitschko. You know, power, patience, precision. I like that, DB. Hey, Blue, what does Wilder do if he hurts his right hand? Just asking. Love me some Roy Jones Jr. He had it all. Remember, you seen Deontay Wilder. I don't know if you guys remember, but you saw him in 2 fights with a broken hand. Broke his right hand. Salute to my brother Kirk Hunt in the building. Salute, Blue. Stay on the grind. Hashtag HOB, House of Boxing Champions, and the LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Community. Salute to my brother Curtis Hunt. Dal Small, salute. Abdul Rahim Hughes, salute. I don't know if you guys remember, but Deontay Wilder broke his hand in 2 fights, his right hand. Chris Arreola, he stopped Chris Arreola with a jab. And the Bermain Stavern fight. And we know how that ended, right? So, Big Dose 513, salute. Yeah, it's more than one scar on his right hand too from when they fixed it. And he stopped Chris Arreola with a jab because he broke his right hand in that fight. And then remember, he had 3rd-degree burns on that same arm, right? So, I mean, we seen when the right hand is nullified for Deontay Wilder, he brings after that. Esteban Blondet. Salute. Mike Tyson would have been a nightmare for Wilder. And Deontay Wilder would have been a nightmare for Mike Tyson. Charles J. Salute. How about they just would have been a nightmare for one another? Quaball Dawson. Salute. Submit to Wilder style. His style can't be taught. Roy Jones, James Toney, the Hulk, Zag. Yep. Special. It's special. You understand what I'm saying? And so, Avery Appendo, salute to you, King. Smash the like button, man. Support the channel. Smash the like button. We got 175 people here. Let's get 175 likes. Support the channel, man. Donate to the channel, man. Show love to the channel. Show love to your boy Blue, because the grind don't stop, man. You understand what I'm saying? You understand me? Get them likes up to 175, my peopleizations. So, and then that moves us to our next topic. Tim Allen, salute. That would be Anthony Joshua, Andrew Ruiz Jr. I cannot wait for this fight. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for this fight. Right? This is gonna be Norland's kid. Salute in the super chat. Says salute, Blue. Salute to you, King. Yeah, man. Smash the like button. Get the likes up, man. We got 175 people. Let's get 175 likes. Support the channel. Show love to the channel, man. I'm about to say Bluetooth. YouTube is, they do their best to try and prevent the grind, but we ain't hearing that, man. The grind don't stop. So I ask y'all to support the channel. Marcos Cano, salute. Fillmore M, salute. My brother, he said, legendary. He said, Blue, I honestly feel like Wilder would KO every heavyweight ever. I think so too. He's definitely capable of doing it. Definitely. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Simon Carr, salute. We've seen Burt Muhammad, salute. We've seen Muhammad Ali drop, right? We've seen Joe Frazier drop, right? We've seen George Foreman drop. We've seen Mike Tyson drop. We've seen Lennox Lewis drop. We've seen Evander Holyfield. Did we see Evander Holyfield drop? Mark Stern, salute. Evander Holyfield never got knocked out, huh? I don't think so. Airshore Sports, salute. Domingo Ojeda. Hope I said that right. Right? We've never seen. Evander Holyfield got knocked out before? He got stopped or knocked out? Well, we definitely seen him dropped. Salute to my brother Marcos Cano in the super chat. He says, salute the grinds don't stop. Yeah, the grind don't stop. Jean Gary Antonio, salute. Evander Holyfield, I know he was stopped, right? I've never seen him drop. Oh, yeah, Riddick Bowe, Kurt Anderson. My brother Kurt Anderson. Yes, sir. Ricky B, salute. So we've seen them all drop. One thing we haven't seen, knock on wood, and hopefully never come to fruition. We never seen Wilder drop. Not as a professional. Not at this stage in his career, should I say. Billy Mark, salute. Javier Ramirez, salute. Can Wilder take a punch from Ruiz? Absolutely. Ortiz, he took a punch from Ortiz. Ortiz is a bigger puncher than Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is just quicker. Salute to my brother Real McCoy in the super chat. Once again, it takes skills to set up a punch everybody knows coming. Come on, boxing pundits and casual dude. The first of his kind, just like every record setter. Yeah, you're right. Salute to my brother Mr. Mont. Yeah, you're right, bro. He a trendsetter. He's the first of his kind, like Real McCoy said. You're right. So, I mean, with the power, he's the hardest puncher in the history of the sport of boxing. He's the hardest one-punch knockout artist in the history of the sport of boxing. Brandon Williams, salute in the super chat. He said, good work, my homie. Salute to you, King. Appreciate you. Julian Miller, salute. Yeah, smash the like button. We got 200 people now. Let's get 200 likes. And again, please, I know people are going to come and say, I see a different number. Always add 15 to 20 viewers to what you see. That's what I see. I'm the creator. I'm the content creator. So I see a different number than you. Eli Zachary, salute. Anonymous 5, salute. Yeah, I'm waiting for my brother Kurt Anderson to jump on in. Get on in, up in here. So, he definitely could do it. Like my brother Legendary said, because, listen, we seen all of them hit the deck. Sonny Liston, Joe Lewis. You understand me? Floyd Patterson. He stones them, man. He lay a punch on them. See, the ones that's going to give him the troubles, the ones that's going to use a lot of movement, right? Eli Zachary, salute. Muhammad Ali. See, Muhammad Ali gonna keep the jab on you, and he ain't gonna make too many mistakes. He ain't trying to get hit with that big right hand. You understand me? Salute to my brother MP4 Vids. Money, what's good with your money? Salute to Blue Blood Sports TV. Kurt Anderson in the chat. Much respect. MP4 back in the ring December 28th in Atlanta in the ATL. Yeah, he gonna be on the undercard. Money Power the third, Money Power the fourth gonna be on the undercard of Javante Tank Davis, Yuriokis Gamboa fight in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Atlanta Hawk Arena. Salute to Money for that, man. Ty King alive. Salute my brother Ty King alive. What's shaking with you, King? 985 Bo Jizzley. Salute. Devin Blocker. Salute. The guy who just did it said no. What? No way. What? No way. What? Tell me what you're talking about. You said what? No way. I didn't see what you said. I don't know if you're talking to me or somebody else. That was Small. Salute. Grass Pat, salute in the super chat. If Joshua wins, you bet he's not looking for that Wilder smoke. He will look to fight Fury because he knows there's no chance of getting hurt just outboxing. Yep. And you heard, I don't know if y'all heard what Shelly Finkel said today. Shout out to Ness in the boxing voice. Nesta Gibbs. Shout out to Nesta Gibbs in the boxing voice. He had Shelly Finkel on. And, you know, Shelly Finkel said, if Joshua wins and Wilder wins, that's the fight. They're willing to sit down and make the fight happen. Let's see what Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter, has to say about that. Is he willing to sit down and share a little bit of oxygen, right, with the fellow Wilder and Shelly Finkel and get it done? Is he willing to do such a thing? Or is he going to go the route of just facing Kubrat Pulev, vacating the WBO belt? Here we go. We got my brother in the building. Kurt, that's you, Kurt? Kurt, do me a favor. Call right back because it's not connecting. So call right back. All right. Yeah. All right. Trying to get my brother Kurt Anderson, the historian, on the line, man. Trying to get the brother on the line. Did I miss some of my peoples while I'm doing this? Esteban Blondet. So I'm not. I missed another super chat. All right, Kurt. Go ahead, try it now, Kurt. I think the only fighter that can beat Wilder is Tyson Fury. I mean, yeah. I mean, they all could beat each other. Burn A voice. Salute. Can they and will they is two different things. They all can beat each other. I missed the super chat. Pardon me. And now I lost it. Thanks, YouTube. You're the real MVP. Alex Zarafe. AJ looks terrified for the rematch. Yeah, I don't like AJ's conversation. I don't like his body language. I don't like none of that. I think that the fact that he's coming out, he continues to come out, and he said, "Hey man, just because I lost, Theory T, salute. Boss Doha, salute. Kurt, you there, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
Got my brother in the building, aka the historian, aka my brother Kurt Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar. What's good with you, Kurt?
Oh man, I'm chilling, man. I was a little busy, man, and I was watching a movie called The Irishman. I think one of the old gangster new flicks that just came out with Robert De Niro on Netflix, man. So that's about it, man. Get ready for the holidays, man. And here to talk some boxing.
Yep. Deuce 09, salute. New Jersey, salute. Julian Miller, Mr. Finesse, salute. I was just getting ready to start watching that, Kurt, right before I started the show, and that's why I started the show late, because I started watching Troy. on Netflix. I was just going to start watching The Irishman, but I was like, I don't want to get into it, and then, I'm a break it up because of the show. So I was like, let me just go ahead and watch Troy. Kane Brown, salute. So I started watching Troy. I love that movie, Troy, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie, man. The Irishman is like 3 hours and 24 minutes long, so I'm gonna watch that as soon as we get off the show. I love those gangster flicks, but let's talk some boxing, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I wanted to talk about the two huge fights we got in the heavyweight division, man. We got obviously Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, man. Kurt, it's next Saturday.
I can't wait because the mysticism, meaning I don't know what's going to happen. Usually I get a feeling, intuition about a fight, but this one, I just don't know. I just don't know. I can see both men winning. Ruiz is wide open for a right hand, left hook, and that's the combination that knocked him down. But can Joshua implement a game plan to execute it and win? That remains to be seen. So. And the big difference is his chin. Joshua, when he gets hit, he doesn't react well. And I keep thinking about that over and over again. And you ain't nothing you can do about it. I don't care if he had Harry Wiley Sr. in his corner or Eddie Futch or Emmanuel Stewart all rolled up into one. When you get hit and your fighter doesn't react well to the punches, that's a bad thing in boxing, man.
Mm-hmm. And can you believe how fast the fight caught up? Man, sometimes when these fights are announced, Kurt, I'll be like, man, why is it so far away? And then before you know it, it's here. So next week is fight week for that fight.
Hey, let me tell you, man. When Wilder Ortiz was mentioned in the summer, I said, God, dog, man, November. And look, that fight is gone now next week. And you see how fast next week's get here. I can't wait. December 7th, Charlo fight that night against Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Charlo better bring his A game, man, because Hogan's gonna fight. But anyway, I'm hyped, man. I can't wait. I'm ain't that like a heavyweight championship fight, man? The most coveted prize in sports.
And also too on that Charlo card, we got Chris Eubanks and what's the guy's name? Now it's slipping my mind. The guy.
Yeah, me too. I forgot about the Eubanks fight.
Yeah, he's fighting a dude Charlo fought. Oh man, what's his name? Now, that's a big fight, man. That's gonna be a good fight. What's his name?
They've been talking to my mom. I know who you talk about. I just can't get his name out.
Yeah, he they were both senior and junior Eubanks. They were at the Wilder fight, and boy, they was Karabov. Yeah, Karabov. Man, they were talking cash trash, boy, about Jamal Charlo, man. Easy D 415. Salute. Big Downs 99. Armin Rice. Burn A Void. Cooper Pactober. Salute. Hey, Kurt, they was talking cash money about Jamal Charlo. And I'm like, man, you dudes are overlooking Karabov, man. That ain't no easy fight. And Chris Eubanks is sloppy.
Very. Some people are high on Eubanks, not me. I think his technique is terrible.
Yeah.
He throws wide, long, sloppy punches.
Mm-hmm.
He can be countered very easily.
Yeah. And so while they steady talking about Jamal Charlo, I'm like, man, y'all better pay attention to Karabov right in front of you. It's like they overlooking him, man, and those two guys are like real cocky, man. Real cocky, man. Senior is a sheriff over in the UK, and man, this guy was walking around Las Vegas with a suit on, a trench coat, and a big old cowboy badge, man, the star badge, the 50s, the 40s, 30s badges from the old Western movies. He had one of those big silver ones on, and people kept asking him, hey, man, is that real, man? Are you a real cop? And he's like, yeah, And man, I'm like, man, these guys, man, there's something else, bro.
Well, he's hilarious. He's, you know, he was a colorful character when he fought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Eubanks Sr. Even though he ducked Roy Jones and James Toney, but he was a decent fighter. You know, he always wear a cowboy hat, man, walking around Las Vegas like he Wyatt Earp or somebody like that.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, he didn't want to do interviews with certain media because he didn't want them to pull out some exclusive stuff. I'm like, you the one that all you got to do is not say it. I don't want them to get the exclusives out of me. That's what he kept saying. He refused to do an interview with IFL TV. And then he did an interview with them. And then as soon as the interview was over, he told them, hey man, cut that. Get rid of that. Delete it. That's what he told the dude. And I want to see, I want to check your camera and make sure you deleted it.
Wow.
Yeah, and they stood there for like 15, 20 minutes.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah.
But that's Eubanks for you. You think his son is Sugar Ray Robinson, man, but he's very sloppy, man. Very.
Yeah,
you know, he never corrected his mistakes. He has a lot of grit. That's the only thing he got going for himself. He's going to try to win the fight, but you know, he telegraphed all his punches.
All his punches, and he's very, very sloppy. So you're talking about Jamal Charlo, you need to be paying attention to what's taking place in front of you with Karlov, man. That's a dangerous fight. But anyway, let's get to Joshua and Ruiz, man. Joshua came out and he stated that he is not soft just because he lost. And then, you know, I just don't like his body language and what he's saying, man. I don't like his mindset, you know. He just seems to, in my opinion, I feel like he just looks at Ruiz and he just can't understand how could he lose to a guy with a physique like that, you know, because he did a you know, one of those painting interviews, and he was doing the painting while he was doing an interview, and he painted a picture of Andy Ruiz, you know, like this little chubby guy, even though he is, but you know, he made fun of him, and then he said, you know, do you, like, he was asking the other guy, do you know what this is? Like it was a trivia. This is me getting my belts back from this guy, you know, like I just don't like his mindset going into this fight. I know it's a 50-50 fight, and I feel like obviously Anthony Joshua has the skill set to win, but I just think that Andy Ruiz's skill set matches up better with his. What you think about it, Kurt?
You know, people don't understand boxing, the science and the intangibles, the subtleties and the variables. Even some fighters don't. He said he don't understand how he can lose to a guy like that, you know, because of his rotund, you know, shape. Well, it doesn't matter. He has skills. You know, he may not be in the best of shape. Sometimes a guy is better big than he is small.
Mm-hmm.
You know, case in point, there was a heavyweight from Louisville, Kentucky, named Greg Page. His stomach used to be over his trunk. He used to bounce on his toes for 12 rounds like it was nothing. Through quick combination, he was quicker than Ruiz. Way overweight. You know, never trained, you know, never was in shape, but to fight his butt off. He was even the champion. He got the belt from Jerry Coetzee in South Africa. You know, that was devastating fashion, man. Listen, you know, there's been other fighters like James the Axe Broad, you know, so certain guys are overweight to fight. Certain guys that's skinny, or they tease Wilder about his skinny legs, that could fight, you know. Like they say, Larry Holmes, his legs are too small. But it doesn't matter the shape. You know, it's all about skill, you know. Some guys just have that something in them, or natural killer instinct, or natural ability to go out there and perform. You know, it doesn't matter how much they weigh. You know, Riddick Bowe was out of shape sometimes, you know, but, you know, he could fight. Mm-hmm. I mean, it would help you if you was in shape, but, you know, that will disturb me because if you're a fighter like Joshua is, he should understand that, you know, you could lose to a car mechanic, you know. It doesn't matter. You have to go out there and perform to the highest of your ability. Whatever your opponent do, you have to counter what he does. That gives you the best way to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what bothers me about this entire situation with Joshua is because he continues to You know, as much as he wants to steer away from critiquing and criticizing Andy Ruiz's physique, he just can't help himself because it just shows that he mentally can't get over the fact that when he looks in the mirror and he looks at Ruiz, he's like, how did I lose to this dude? And another thing he said that was real alarming to me is when he said, oh, you know, when I lost, I was so relieved I could sleep at night. Man, when he said that, I'm like, huh? Now I understand a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations are mounted on his shoulders. But just like we said, Kurt, just like we said, he did not show the body language of a champion in that fight towards the end of the fight. He looked like a beaten man. He looked like he submitted in that fight. And when he said, hey, I could sleep at night, though the weight was lifted off my shoulders, you know, that's alarming. That means I can't see you going through the fire in the rematch. As soon as the first sign of adversity hits, I feel like he gonna pack it in. Because if you already feel like that, you know, you halfway out the sport when I hear you talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong, Kurt?
You're not wrong. The one thing I look for a fighter is how well he's going to perform during the midst of adversity in the ring. You know, I was impressed with Wilder in the first Ortiz fight when he got through the seventh round. I said to myself, I saw everything I needed to see. You know, and because he went through adversity, and when he was going back to his corner, he was shaking his head no, even though he was hurt. That's a fighter's mentality right there. When Joshua had the fight with Klitschko, and he got through that fight, I said to myself, I said, Kurt, we all know, me and the boxing gods, that this man is going to get knocked out. I already saw it. The writing was on the wall. You know, Klitschko couldn't finish Joshua for some reason, just stopped throwing punches when he had him hurt. Because he just doesn't react well. You know, when you get hit, you know, it's a physical thing, but more importantly, it's a psychological thing when people do funny things. You see how he went to the corner and put his arms on the ropes? He didn't want to continue. You know, so that's very alarming. He's going to get knocked out again. I'm not sure it's going to be next Saturday, but it might be, you know, Wilder. But every time Joshua fights, he has the potential of getting knocked out because of his weak chin and his weak exterior and interior.
Yep. Dre OG React. Salute to you, my brother, in the super chat. Appreciate you, okay? Salute, Dre OG React. Salute to you. Yeah, you know, he was clipped in the Dillian White, and like you said, Kurt, the Vladimir Klitschko fight. Vladimir Klitschko, I just feel like he just didn't have no more. That was his last gasp. And when Joshua recovered, he allowed him to recover. And when Joshua got up, you know, and gathered himself, I think Klitschko just was like, that was it. He ain't have nothing. That was the last gasp of fight in him. And I think that's part of the reason why he never came back to fight after that. Because I think that he felt, you know, even when he was pushing for the rematch, I think his heart wanted him to do it, but his mind said you can't do it no more because he just couldn't pull it off no more. He couldn't let his hands go. He just couldn't. You know, it's just like a old basketball player. You know, you could see you know where you want to dunk the ball. You could see where you should be able to get around your opponent, but you just can't do it no more. I remember Warren Sapp said this. Remember Warren Sapp said when he played the Packers, he said I played Brett Favre so many times, I knew little tendencies that he would tip me to what the play was. He said one time he came off the ball when he was with the Raiders. He said he came off the ball and he said, "Oh, I know this play." He said, "This is a play action. I know this play. I seen this play 1,000 times playing Brett Favre." He said, "I came off the ball quick." He said, and the guard grabbed me and I tried to shake off and he still had me. He said, and I went to shake off again, and he still had me. He said, after that play, I said to myself, well, that's it. I couldn't beat the guard one-on-one. It was over. And I think that's the same mentality Vladimir Klitschko had. You know, normally he'd be able to close that show, and he just couldn't do it. And I think that, you know, that was part of the problem. And so it was kind of a situation where we didn't truly get to see the full grit of Anthony Joshua because to Klitschko, by default, Klitschko just couldn't attempt to keep giving it to him. But we saw when Ruiz had him hurt in that situation, he closed the show. He closed the show. And I think that the Ruiz Joshua we saw was the same Joshua we saw in the Klitschko fight. It's just that it was the opponent in the opposite corner was different. And Ruiz kept going for it. It's just like the Klitschko fight, like you said, Kurt. Ruiz was down just like Klitschko was down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to say this. 90% of the heavyweights that fought Joshua when he was at Madison Square Garden would have beat Joshua that night. Gerard Miller would have beat him. And Ruiz already beat him. A lot of fighters. I'm going to tell you who else could have beat him. Joseph Parker. But Joseph Parker doesn't got that dog in him. He's too passive. You know, he hurt Joshua in the first round. But I said to myself, when I was about the fifth or sixth round, I said, nah, he doesn't have it in him. He's going to lay back and lose a decision. And I know it, you know, but Parker, you know, would have had the dog in him, the pit bull in him, you know, I'm going to get this fight. I'm going to take it. He would have beat Joshua. Joshua, it's not his fault that he is who he is. He's just not a fighter. He's a decent fighter. He's okay at best. You know, he hit you with that uppercut or the right hand's gonna hurt you because you know you're fairly a big dude, but he has a lot of flaws, man. And you know, England wanted a champion, but they wanted somebody to say, "Listen, we got a champion. Not only that, we have the heavyweight champion." And they was trying to tell you, you Americans, you've been dominating so long. This is our heavyweight champion of UK and the champion of boxing. You know, so other than that, real quick, Blue, when certain countries have fighters, they want a certain fighter to become the fighter in boxing. Joshua to the UK, with Canelo Mexico, Pacquiao Philippines. You know, it's a pride thing because they look at all the American champions and they want to have the guy in the sport.
And you know, they continue to do this. They try to do it with Frank Bruno. They do this all the time. It's nothing new, you know. But why is it, Kurt, that they just can't get over the hump of the states? Is it the lack of sparring, the lack of training? What is it about the UK that doesn't allow their fighters to truly be able to compete with the best of the best that we have? How come we haven't seen a UK fighter that mimics a Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather? Or, you know, why? What is it? What are they lacking over there?
I'm just going to say I respect the UK because boxing was invented over there in the 1600s. The boxing gloves was invented in the 1700s, all from England. You know, the enthusiasm of the crowd, you know, the energy, I love it. You know, Ricky Hatton fan base, Mexico, need I say more great fighters. But the American fighter, Black American fighter, is just head and shoulders above everybody else. You know, we're just born with something extra, man. You know, we just have the genetics, the speed and the power of Mike Tyson or Joe Louis or Roy Jones. I can name hundreds of great Black fighters. Is, you know, something that I'm proud of. You should be proud of, just like the Philippines are proud of Manny Pacquiao and the Mexicans are proud of Salvador Sanchez and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and, you know, UK proud of, you know, the old fighters like Jimmy Wild and Bob Fitzsimmons. And, you know, I mean, I'm Joe Calzaghe. I'm proud of our fighters. You know, our fighters is just head and shoulders better than everybody else's to this day with the Terrence Crawfords and the Earl Spencers and Deontay Wilders and the Tank Davis and Haney. I like the fan base of Black American fighters because, see, unlike everybody else, we hold their feet to the fighter. If our fighters ain't fighting certain fighters, we won't call them out. Like Tank. I'm on Tank butt. You know, I'm not crazy about Haney because, see, I like criticizing fighters, make them better. And so you know, I'm not going to be like, my fighters are this and And my fighters are that. No, I'll be like, hey man, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. For fighters like James, Tony, I can go on and on. Vander Holyfield, Joe Frazier, it's just that, we just have something extra, man. And, in now we dominating, but even before we always dominated with fighters from the 70s, especially the 80s. The 80s was the golden period.
Right. So what is it do you think they're lacking over there? Are they lacking, because I see people in the comment section, they saying it's training. A couple of people says we got a larger pool to choose from. What can you, is there anything specific that you could point to say, listen, this is where they need to pick it up?
Well, it will help them tremendously. Klitschko got better when he got an American trainer, and American fight fans will tell you when there's a foreign fighter, they will say, you know what, that guy's not bad, but he needs to come to America and get an American trainer. And a lot of fight fans will tell you that off the couch. I'll even say that many times, man, he would be better. Look at that guy from England, Joshua Buatsi. He'd be better if he had an American trainer, Virgil Hunter or Buddy McGirt. Look at Sergey Kovalev. They're not stupid. That's why he went to Buddy McGirt. I mean, he didn't blame Buddy McGirt. He blamed John David Jackson. But they come over and get American trainers. The Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, but just because you have an American trainer, it can improve you, but you can still lose to an American fighter. It's just that I think it's just science. It's just genetics, man. The Black American from the Deep South is the best athlete on the face of the planet. Tommy Hearns is really from Memphis, Tennessee. Sugar Ray Leonard is from Wilmington, North Carolina. Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, Deontay Wilder. Everybody's from the South. It's something about them. And I'm going to say this real quick. From people in the big city, you ever had that cousin or your friend's cousin who came from the South during the summer vacation when school was out, and he was strong, and you couldn't believe how strong and fast he was? And he'd be like, yo, man, where you from? Oh, he's from Mississippi. Where he's from? Oh, he's from Tennessee. He's from Arkansas, man. My cousin, he's country, but nobody can compete with him athletically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and I always wondered that, man. It's just like it's the same thing with all sports too, Kurt. Football.
I love college football. I got a lot to say, so excuse me.
No, that's fine, man. Listen, I like to soak it up, man. You go ahead and cook.
I love SEC football, man. I can watch it all day. There's nothing better. I watch them dudes from high school to college, man. Florida and Texas, and the athletes. Look at the NFL, man. The Terrell Buckleys and the Corey Sawyers. And the Deion Sanders and Florida boys, man. I'm a big University of Miami Hurricanes fan. We ain't nothing now. But in the 80s, we dominated. The Blade brothers, man. Warren Sapp, who you just talked about, and Jerome Brown, who rest in peace, and Cortez Kennedy. And then you look at Texas, man. But, you look at Bo Jackson and Herschel Walker, and I thought he was going to be a great back, but it never panned out. He went to Oklahoma. What's his name? Marcus Dupree.
Oh, Marcus Dupree. Yeah.
Man, them athletes are crazy in boxing, too. Henry Armstrong was from the Deep South. Sugar Ray Robinson was from Alley, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad Ali, Louisville, Kentucky. Joe Frazier, Beaufort, South Carolina. That's not a coincidence. That is genetics, man. They moved to the big city, of course, but their genetics from their grandparents and their parents were passed to them. So when you see speed like that and power, that's not normal, man. I'm telling you, and I love it because I'm proud of each and every one of them. The football players, man, great.
Man, it always amazes me, man. You remember at one time in the football, we used to get the Nation versus Florida. Remember that?
Absolutely.
That was amazing, man. I was just telling my brother-in-law about that. I'm like, man, Florida has so many good players. They used to have the Nation versus Florida. That was ridiculous, man.
Absolutely. Florida was a monster, man. Florida and Texas, man, produce so many great football players and athletes. I mean, you lose track, man, and I'm from Jersey. We had great basketball players, but the Midwest, like Chicago, look at all the players that Chicago produced, man. It's amazing. But getting back to boxing, I think it's a genetic thing. Now, boxing you can improve, but if you don't have the genetics to compete with your American counterparts, I think that's why we get so much hate, racism, and prejudice. They just get upset because we've been dominating boxing since the late 1800s. You had the first black world champion, Joe Gans, 1890, and the first black champion, 1901, 1902, Joe Gans in 1902, George Dixon was 1890, but it's just something about the black fighter that I love, man, and I love Jewish fighters. They had great fighters like Benny Leonard and Barney Ross, and Mexican fighters, of course. I don't gotta say them. Salvador Sanchez was my favorite. Great white fighters like Harry Greb and Tony Canzaneri and all them, man. But I just think I had pride too. I just think far and away that we have the best fighters, and they had the color bar. We would have had even more champions. Jack Johnson, who was champion from 1908, they didn't want any more black heavyweight champions. So there was a 29-year gap. 1908 and Joe Louis became champion in 1937. So we would have had even more champions. We then had 50 heavyweight champions since we could compete. 50 since 1908.
Man, and what's the next closest number? Do you know?
Man, it's maybe white champions was maybe, let me see, off the top of my head, I would say maybe about 27, maybe less than that.
And we know Mexicans, they only have one.
And no shade on Mexicans because they're a big part of boxing, and I like their fan base and their loyal fans. They bring a lot of energy. I used to watch Galavision, all Mexican channel. I still watch Mexican boxing. It's called Being Boxing. I love the enthusiasm, and I'm a Canelo fan. He doesn't. We get mad at Canelo because he doesn't need help.
Right.
Because he's a terrific fighter. He will set you up. I see what he's doing. He will set you up beautifully.
Right.
And like I said, and Chavez Senior was one of the best pressure fighters I ever seen in my life. When you look at the old fight when he did to Edwin Rosario, he beat the hell out of him. But I love boxing in general, but I have a lot of pride too. And I think the Black American fight fans, there's pride in the LDBC, but there should be even more pride because the Philippines and Mexicans and Asians, well, Philippines is Asian, but other fan bases, Canadian fan bases can have pride. We can have pride as well.
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you this question before we get out of here because the time, guy, man, it's already 5 o'clock. How do you see? What does Anthony Joshua need to do to be victorious against Andy Ruiz?
Very simple. He should use his height and his length. I would use the jab, and the jab will be the most important punch in the fight. I would try to box and jab and stay away from Ruiz and don't let him get in the inside because that's the only way Ruiz can win the fight. Joshua can win the fight if he uses his jab and keep Ruiz honest. Come with that right hand and left hook. That's the key combination right there. Jab, straight right hand, left hook, and then get out of. Don't wait for the receipt. Step away or step around, as they say in boxing. But the left jab will be very important. They can implement that game plan, then Joshua will regain the heavyweight title.
And do you think he will do it?
You know what, man? I had a dream that Anthony Joshua had his hand raised, and you could see Ruiz in the corner dejected. I don't know if it was a premonition. One day I say Ruiz, one day I say Joshua. Blue, I'm stumped, man. I would give you a prediction next week right before the fight, but it's a lot of mysticism. And when I'm stumped and there's a lot of mysticism, I'm intrigued. I intrigue myself because I can't tell you who's going to win. I'm stumped.
Yeah, and Kurt, I feel the same way. I feel like I'm leaning towards Ruiz because of just the feedback I'm feeling and seeing from Anthony Joshua in the build up and the promotion of the rematch, and just his body language at the end of the first fight, and then the fact that he came out and he stated that he was relieved that he lost. You know, he felt good. He could sleep at night. You know, that just says that, you know, that Andy Ruiz is coming to stay. He wants to prove it that he's here to stay and he belongs. It wasn't a fluke. And so he's coming. And so I feel like there's going to be some points and times in the fight where Anthony Joshua is going to have to dig deep. And I don't know if he could dig deep anymore. So that's what makes it.
Go ahead. You can't do that. One second. Something Mr. Finesse said in the chat, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. It amazes me, man. It amazes me, man. But I'm just like you, Kurt. I'm intrigued, man. I can't wait to see how this fight plays out. I can't believe it's on us so fast. Next Saturday.
I cannot wait. Next Saturday. Gonna come so fast, man. Real quick, Ruiz doing very easy. If I was Ruiz, I would go after Anthony Joshua real quick to remind him what happened during the last fight. Don't lay back.
Mm-hmm.
Sell out, because if I think if he sells out and hits Joshua, he's gonna hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
And that will bring psychologically, that will bring Joshua back to what happened at Madison Square Garden. You should always do that. When you knock out a fighter and you fight him again, go after him. You know, I mean, Wilder didn't have to,
Mm-hmm.
The knockout was going to come, but Ruiz's case, he should do that. And plus, I don't like the fight being Saudi Arabia, because I can see Joshua winning by controversial decision. Excuse me. If the fight is close, Joshua is going to get those belts back.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Kurt. I think that he should just go ahead and throw the kitchen sink at, because I think he has the stamina to reinvent himself and regather himself in the fight if it don't work. You know what I mean? So he might as well go ahead and throw and doing so too, I think is going to zap some of Joshua's energy. So I think go ahead and throw the kitchen sink at him. See how he responds. Let it be round 8. This is round 8 for Andy Ruiz, and Joshua want this to be round 1, right? Andy Ruiz needs this to be round 8. I agree with you. No, this is round 8. This ain't no continuation. And what you think, Kurt? Oddly enough, Wilder stops Ortiz in the 7th round, and I did a video and I broke this down, the importance of the number 7, and Ortiz's best round in the first fight was round 7. That was Wilder's worst round, right? In this fight, I told everybody he's going to stop him in the 7th round. It's going to be Wilder's best round and Ortiz's worst round. Now we go to this fight. This fight ended in the 7th round as well.
Well, you could do a lot with the number 7. This is a New York thing, the God body thing. I ain't going there, but
yeah, you know what.
The 5% thing. But anyway, listen. I said Wilder in 7. The number just jumped out. I just had a premonition, and it ended in 7. So I wasn't surprised at all. It didn't look that way, but Wilder, it doesn't have to look that way. Bam, good night, sweet prince.
Right. And now this fight, Kurt, we got some real boxing on our hands, man. I can't wait, man.
Man, we got some other fights this weekend. And both Charlo's fighting and Tank, man, and some other fights, man. Man, I'm really, really hyped. This is a Christmas present in the sport of boxing, man. I mean, I'm just hyped. You see how much I'm talking today and talking fast because I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. And Kurt, don't forget, we're going to have next Saturday, we got Charlo and the Joshua fight, right? Then the following Saturday, we got Terrence Crawford and Richard Coleman and Teofimo Lopez fight.
God damn, I forgot.
Yeah. And then following that, we got the Harrison and Charlo rematch. Then following that, we got the Tank Davis Gamboa fight the next week after that.
Oh man, this is boxing is in a very good place. It just needs to make little bit better fights on the undercards, man. But you can't complain right now. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be happy. I want you guys to be happy, man. December is on fire, man. It's cold outside, but it's hot in the boxing ring, guys.
Yeah.
And can't wait.
And the undercard of Joshua Ruiz, we got Povetkin and Hunter. It was supposed to be Scott Quigg and other guy, but he pulled out. But now Dillian White will be on the undercard as well. And so now I'm eager to see what Dillian White has to say about this whole situation, because this is the first time we're going to see him talking.
Yeah, he might stay around and question and romance the question. I want to see how he looks. I want to see if he wins, who he's going to call out, if he's going to send a message to Wilder, So I'm anxious on all fights, man. I'm excited, man. I really am, man. I'm a dope fiend for boxing, man.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. We truly gonna get some exciting. It's exciting, man. From next week on, we got the Charlo and Joshua fight and those undercards. Then the next week we got Richie Coleman, Teofimo Lopez, and the Terrence Crawford fight. Then the next week we get the Harrison and Charlo fight. That's huge. All of these rematches we getting Kurt. We got Wilder Ortiz rematch, clarification. Now we're gonna get clarification on Joshua Ruiz. Then we're gonna get clarification with Charlo and Harrison. Man, this is big. And then Tank, this is his biggest fight. And we're gonna get clarification on Richie Coleman, Teofimo Lopez. What direction they gonna go in the winner?
Absolutely, man. To get to see my favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford, paint a picture.
Yep.
A virtuoso performance, Don't underestimate anybody though. So, he's not cut like that. I love watching Terrence Crawford fight. Reminds me of Mike McCollum, but man, I'm excited for like the month of December. And not only that, we got fights this weekend. I forgot who was fighting this weekend. I think Carl Frampton is fighting.
Yeah, Carl Frampton
on the zone. Yeah. They trying to make Garcia and Jesse Vargas. I'm hearing, they trying to make that, So you're going to hear some big fights come after the holidays. In January, you got some announcements, but the month of December is first, man, and I can't wait, man. I'm on board, man.
I absolutely can't wait, Kurt. But go ahead, Kurt, close us out, man, because BFTV should be coming on. Tomorrow we'll start early, man. We'll start at 3:30, man. I lost track of the time. So tomorrow we'll be on time at 3:30, my peopleizations. But it's already 5:14, man. So go ahead, close us out, Kurt.
Yes, sir, man. I'm excited. I was talking real fast, and then I can't help it, man. I mean, boxing is my passion, man. Thanks, chat. Your time, man. It's the holidays, man. I want everybody to have a great Thanksgiving, and I want the Buffalo Bills to beat the brakes off the Cowboys because I can't stand them. I can't stand the Cowboys, bro. The Red Sox. As a kid, I hated the Cowboys and Red Sox. But anyway, you got a lot of Cowboy fans in North. A lot. They got Cowboy bars. Not more than the Steelers. But anyway, I want Buffalo Bills has the number third-ranked defense. They have given up, I think, 15.7 points a game or something like that. I want them to beat the Cowboys. But anyway, thanks, everybody, man. Enjoy your holiday, man. I love all y'all, man. I learn from you guys. We learn from each other. Bang New Media. Shout out to the almighty LBBC. My name is Kurt Sugar, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Oh, snap, Kurt. You be able to do it tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I forgot.
Oh, no, we can do it Friday.
Okay, I could do it tomorrow if you could do it.
Yeah, I could do it, but, it doesn't matter to me. I'm always on board because I'm just sitting here eating turkey and be watching the Cowboy game about that time.
All right, so let's do it tomorrow then. I'll do it.
Okay, no problem.
All right. All right, my peopleizations, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Bluebird Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow us on Instagram at Bluebird Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.